feel like this offseason went by fast?
Yeah, being a freshman, sat in these chairs, and I was like, wow, I got all the time in the world. But, now being a senior, it's like everything's just flying, but for a good cause, so yeah.
And this year you're really in the mix. I mean, you've been in the mix, but now you're starting. You're one of the big guys that have come back and for this defense.
Yeah.
How much different does this year feel?
I mean, it feels different as far as, like what the defense was last year, with the guys we had, like Dal and Jelani. But it feels the same. Honestly, we built that brotherhood in the D-line to make it seem the same as last year, if not even better. Dal and Jelani, they left some shoes to fill. And the biggest thing I tell the new guys that came in is, like, they left some shoes to fill, but don't ever feel the pressure that you have to fill those shoes, because you don't. It's your own legacy. You came here, they brought you here, so it's your own shoes to fill and your own legacy. So it feels the same.
Donovan, 4 years ago when you were sitting here, where the perception of the program was, I mean, you're coming off of like a one-win season. How has it grown? How has it changed? How is the bar raised now for UConn football?
I mean, the bar is high. I mean, we just came from a 9-4 season, and me personally, I don't like to keep harping on last season because, a lot of people get stuck in that last season and they think that, we're something, which I guess you can say we are, but in my eyes, it's still 0-0. We still got to go 1-0. But as far as sitting in these chairs from being 1-9 and then 3-9, whatever we were, the biggest thing was just holding faith in Coach Moore, never losing that faith. A lot of people will leave in that times, but a lot of guys here, we stuck and we stayed and we saw the process.
Listen, in the transfer portal era, you guys have been able to have a pretty continuous group. You haven't had a lot. I mean, you've had obviously some, but you guys have had some continuity here these last 4 years.
Yeah. And
is that the key to what you guys have been able to do?
Yeah, I would say a lot of it is really because we have a lot of guys who stay. Transport is easy to hit. It's easy to go find somewhere else, but even with the transporter, if you leave, what if that place isn't good too? Mm-hmm. So then you leave that place too. And then what if the other place isn't good too? It's just good if you just stay in the same place. And I think with our players, they stay in the same place, because even if it might not seem good right now, there's always just take another step. Just keep taking a step. Exactly.
You talk about creating your own legacy. What's the legacy that you want to leave?
The legacy, what I want to leave, as far as, the young guys and just anybody else who steps in the same linebacker room, is just, just being yourself out there in the field and just being relentless and being the player that, you're amounted to be. Coach Brock and Coach Moore, they hold high standards. And my legacy for that would be just be you out there. I want, like, the other players to know in college football, you don't got to be nobody else. Just be you out there.
What are you hoping to see from the defense on Saturday? What are the first few things you guys got to learn, sort of what you got?
The first thing I'm hoping to see is just straight a disciplined defense. First game coming out, we haven't played yet in the real game, so emotions are going to be high. But the biggest thing I would love to see from our guys, which we're going to see, is just them treating this as just another Tuesday practice. Coach Brock always says it. Big-time players make the routine plays, so when plays come through, you've already made it in practice. What's different than doing it in the game? So hopefully, not even hopefully, you're going to see an ice-cold defense. You're going to see a relentless defense, a violent defense. We just play the routine plays.
Coach was talking about Umar earlier, how he's been impressive in camp. What can you say about him?
Umar has definitely developed. I was here. He came here, I think, my sophomore year, and, he was a young guy, but he always had, like, that stature as a player, like, he's going to be really good. So, he was always stuck with Coach Diabate, and after every Saturday. And the way he's came up, like, he's going to shock the world. He's going to make a name for himself. So.
You feel good about those guys with Taekwon there, too. Obviously, he's another guy with experience
that's
out there.
Taekwon coming in, he's definitely a hard-nosed linebacker. BP coming in. Our linebacker room is really good. And even in the Sams, like Aaron Key's going to make a name for himself. Even Ethan, I know he was a freshman last year, but he has a big role in the way he's came through in camp. Like, a lot of the guys that we brought in, a lot of guys we're going to see, they're going to make a name for themselves.
What do you believe in this defense? I mean, so much about success with defense is all the pieces fitting well together, and you guys are also new. What do you see in this unit that makes you believe you can create that chemistry quickly? And
what I see in this unit is really just the love we got for each other. whenever we go out in practice, because in practices, Coach Moore always puts us in adverse situations no matter what, you know. Sometimes the defense is down, sometimes the defense is up. So, you know, it's the love we got for each other, and every time we break it down the huddle, we always say, look to the man next to you and do it for that person. And that's when we say that, the energy that you didn't have going out there, you get a burst of the energy because you look to the person next to you. If he's going, I know I can go. And it's always, you never want to feel the man next to you. You always want to be counted on. So that's what I feel.
You said when you first met Umar, there was something about him that just made you believe, you know what, he's going to be really good. What was it? What did you see?
He just had glimpses of there's just glimpses of plays when he was out there. I forgot, it was like one time in spring, Coach Brock was like, watch the screen. Umar was like, all right. Screen happens, Omar just shoots it, grabs it for 6. Or there'll be times he would just be fitting the run. He would run with 3 vert. It's just like when you see glimpses of plays like that and they're young, it's like, dang, bro, like a couple of years, this man's about to be nice. So yeah, Umar's been great for us. He's gonna be real good for us this season.
You've been playing against Joe for the last 3 camps, I think.
Yeah.
Where's he gotten better this offseason?
As far as Joe, you know, going against him it's really hard because it's like, as a guy who has to be in coverage, is like reading him. He's really good at. You think you're reading him, but you're not. Like his eyes is going one way, but the throw can be completely different. And the way how he stays calm in the pocket, no matter what, is definitely what he's got better at. You know, as far as him, when people are rushing, you know, a lot of quarterbacks would, you know, start looking down and looking around, but he keeps his eye on the target and he puts it in there.
You have one quarterback from the beginning of camp that seems like he's going to be the starter. Does that help the whole team in some way?
Yeah, I mean, it does because everybody knows, you know, he's a leader and everybody knows who's going to be out there. But even then, like if he went down, we also got 3 other guys who can go in there too. So it's like that whole QB room is a whole bunch of people who are leaders. And having Joe being the leader of that group and everybody listens to him and everybody, you know, goes behind him, it's just like no matter what, people are just going to listen to him. But even if he went down, you know, we still got Nick, we still got Tuck. So it's like all of them are leaders. All of them are great players.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.